Maas, Keezhapavoor.
Welcome to Maas Keezhapavoor channel. I am Dr. Aruna Shanmugavel. Let us see a motivational quote. Try and fail, but don't fail to try. In this video, we are going to enumerate the contents of carotid triangle. The boundaries of the triangles is given in a separate video. The link is given in description. Kindly watch it before watching this video. The arterial contents in the carotid triangle are common carotid artery, internal carotid artery, external carotid artery. Out of 8 branches of external carotid artery, 5 branches are given off within the carotid triangle, and they are ascending pharyngeal artery, superior thyroid artery, lingual artery, facial artery, and occipital artery. The occipital artery gives off superior and inferior sternocleidomastoid branches within the carotid triangle. The carotid sinus and carotid body are present in this triangle. Carotid sinus is a fusiform dilation at the terminal end of common carotid artery or at the beginning of internal carotid artery. It acts as a baroreceptor and regulates the blood pressure in the cerebral arteries. Carotid body is a small oval structure situated behind the bifurcation of common carotid artery. It acts as a chemoreceptor and responds to the changes in the oxygen and carbon dioxide content of the blood. Both carotid sinus and carotid body have rich innervation from glossopharyngeal, vagus, and sympathetic nerves. The veins present in the carotid triangle are internal jugular vein and its tributaries. The tributaries are common facial vein, lingual vein, pharyngeal vein, superior thyroid vein, middle thyroid vein, and oblique jugular vein. The nerves present in the carotid triangles are the last 3 cranial nerves, that is vagus, spinal accessory, and hypoglossal nerves. The vagus nerve gives off pharyngeal branch, superior laryngeal branch, which divides into internal and external laryngeal nerves, cardiac branches, carotid branch to carotid body, recurrent laryngeal nerve on the right side. The common carotid artery in the lower part and internal carotid artery in the upper part, vagus nerve and internal jugular vein lie within the carotid sheath. Ansa cervicalis, descendens hypoglossae, and descendens cervicalis lie anterior to the carotid sheath, whereas cervical sympathetic chain lies posterior to the carotid sheath. The lymph nodes present in the carotid triangle are jugulo-digastric group or upper deep cervical lymph nodes, jugulo-omohyoid or lower deep cervical lymph nodes. Shall we discuss the applied aspects of carotid triangle? Right. Compression of common carotid artery can be done against the anterior tubercle of 6th cervical vertebra to arrest bleeding. This tubercle is otherwise called as Keezhapavoor's tubercle. It lies 4 cm above the sternoclavicular joint. Individuals with carotid sinus hypersensitivity, pressure on carotid sinus can cause slowing of heart rate, fall in BP, and cerebral ischemia that leads to fainting or syncope. Hence, bilateral simultaneous palpitation of carotid artery should not be done. This condition of syncope is called as carotid sinus syndrome. Symptoms can be relieved by periarterial neurectomy. Carotid artery pulsation is palpable lateral to the upper border of thyroid cartilage and anterior to the sternocleidomastoid muscle. Carotid body paragangliomas arise at the bifurcation of the internal and external carotid artery. This carotid body tumor is also called as chemodectoma because it arises from chemoreceptor cells, or potato tumor due to its typical shape of a potato. Catheterization of the internal jugular vein is done for monitoring of central venous pressure, to draw blood for diagnostic purpose, and for intravenous infusions. Vagotomy is done for chronic gastric ulcer, surgical disconnection of vagus to reduce gastric secretion. Injury to hypoglossal nerve leads to paralysis of all the muscles of tongue except palatoglossus. Injury to sympathetic trunk causes Horner syndrome. The features of Horner syndrome are meiosis, partial ptosis, anhidrosis, and enophthalmos. Tumors of lymph nodes can be either primary, that is lymphomas, or secondary, that is metastasis. Sometimes the persistent cervical sinus may be present as a swelling along the border of sternocleidomastoid. This is called as branchial cyst. Shall we end up the session with a quote? I find that the harder I work, the more luck I seem to have. Thank you for watching.
If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon, select all to get instant notification.